What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk to you about Robinhood. They just dropped their earnings. I want to go over the absolute key takeaways from the earnings that you need to be aware of. Aside from that, go over some of the data points and just some general support and resistance points. Before we get into any of that, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So Robinhood did close at $55.91 after hours, up 15.36%. Absolutely another phenomenal earnings. Looking here, you did see the implied move being 10.6%, so very much exceeded expectations. And this is going to be pretty much throwing it back to 2022 when they did have a very nice 2-week run up to their earnings and then even continued that run post earnings. So this is going to be another solid green most likely. So again, something to keep in mind. Looking at shorts though, you do see that they did return a ton of shares leading into the earnings. So even they did see a lot more upside. And obviously Robinhood, I don't see being a squeeze play. So don't get me wrong. I'm just bringing this up for analysis purposes. So 1.8% of the free floats being shorted works out to be 13.64 million shares overall are being shorted. And so I think just basically over the last year, with all the innovation and growth that Robinhood's been doing, shorts have been returning from its peak of around 6.22% to, again, pretty much the all-time low short interest. So pretty good stuff. Moving over to options. So there was a good consensus for it to be roughly around that between $65 to $70 range. So most likely once the market does open, it's very possible for it to kind of hit that. Bears on the flip side, we're anticipating for it to be kind of sub 50. So they definitely did lose out in that regard. As far as this though, so with it at 55.91, that's what I closed at, or even better yet, 64 and change after hours. It is trading between this R3 and this R2. So $65.30. That's going to be a key pivot to really watch for tomorrow. And as well, one big thing that could really drive Robinhood higher is analyst ratings. So even though they did have their earnings after hours, no ratings have really come out. It doesn't logically make sense. I've never understood it, but why a rating or an analyst would give a rating one day before the earnings? It just doesn't make sense whatsoever. So as you can kind of see, so Morgan Stanley, Michael, who has a 57% success rating, did give a buy $64 price target as a consensus of all the ratings, not including the new ones going to be coming in from their earnings. $53 is that price target, and that does represent a 5.2% downside. But the highest right now rating is $65. That did come in 5 days ago. Most likely you are going to see a lot of $70 and $80 price targets, and heaven forbid if I even say 90. So yeah, I think there's going to be a hell of a lot of upside. So just kind of watch for those support and resistance points. With all that said though, let's get right to the actual nitty gritty of their earnings. So first off, give yourself a shout out if you did buy Robinhood, or if you sold, if you did any options, give yourself a shout out. But with all that said, let's get right to it.
Robinhood targets $2.1 billion OPEX in 2025 with focus on product innovation and growth. Earnings call insights Robinhood Markets, Hood, Q4 2024 Management View, CEO 𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗛 highlighted a record-breaking quarter and year for Robinhood, with Q4 revenue surpassing $1 billion for the first time and full-year revenue reaching over $3 billion, a 58% increase from 2023. He attributed this growth to product innovation and increased market share. 𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗛 emphasized the success of several initiatives, including the Robinhood Gold program, which grew 80% year over year to 2.6 million subscribers by year-end 2024, achieving over 10% attach rate across the customer base. He also noted strong early adoption of the Robinhood Gold Card and the launch of Robinhood Legend, the company's desktop platform tailored for active traders. CFO Jason Warnick stated that adjusted EBITDA for 2024 grew over 160% to $1.4 billion, with a 48% margin. He highlighted disciplined expense management, with full-year adjusted OPEX and SBC at $1.94 billion, up just 7% year over year. Warnick also shared that Robinhood initiated a $1 billion share buyback program, with more than a quarter of the plan executed. He added that January 2025 saw the second highest monthly net deposits in the company's history, with equities, options, and crypto trading volumes exhibiting double to triple-digit growth rates year over year. Outlook. Management targets another year of double-digit revenue growth in 2025, driven by product innovation, market share expansion, and global initiatives. Warnick provided an expense outlook for adjusted OPEX and SBC in the range of $2.0 billion to $2.1 billion. 𝗪𝗓 announced 3 major product events for 2025, including a gold program event in March, a crypto-focused event in France in June, and the return of the Hood Summit later in the year. Plans include accelerating the rollout of new crypto tokens, expanding the Robinhood wallet, and integrating Bitstamp to enhance global reach and institutional crypto offerings. Financial results. Q4 revenue reached $1 billion, compared to analysts' estimate of $951.8 million. Adjusted EPS for the quarter was 52 cents, matching analyst expectations. Full year 2024 revenue of $3 billion marked a 58% increase year over year. Adjusted EBITDA grew to $1.4 billion with a 48% margin. Key performance indicators included over $50 billion in net deposits for the year, a market share increase of 30% in equities and options, and a record of 2.6 million gold subscribers. Q&A. 𝗪𝗧𝗎𝗪𝗧, Morgan Stanley, asked about hurdles in achieving wallet share growth. 𝗪𝗓 emphasized the importance of innovation and leveraging AI and crypto technologies to position Robinhood for younger generations inheriting trillions in assets. Dan Dolev, Mizuho, inquired about prediction markets and their potential. 𝗪𝗓 stated that Robinhood plans to lead innovation in event contracts and continue pushing for regulatory clarity. Patrick Moley, Piper Sandler, asked about index options and futures. Warnick outlined pricing strategies, noting incremental growth opportunities and strong week-over-week growth rates for products like Legend and index options. Alex Markgraf, KeyBank, questioned deposit incentives. Warnick highlighted the success of recent promotions and stated that deposit matches yield attractive payback periods and strong net deposit growth. Sentiment analysis. Analysts showed a mix of enthusiasm and caution, focusing on growth opportunities in products like Legend and prediction markets, while raising concerns about competition and regulatory clarity. Management struck a confident tone, particularly in discussing product innovation and financial discipline. 𝗪𝗓 repeatedly emphasized Robinhood's leading position in active trading and plans for long-term growth, while Warnick highlighted strong incremental margins and operational efficiency. Compared to the previous quarter, management appeared more assertive in addressing market share gains and product expansions, signaling growing confidence in their ability to capitalize on new opportunities. Quarter-over-quarter comparison. Q4 revenue exceeded Q3's second-highest record by a significant margin. Market share in equities and options increased 30% year over year, compared to 2023's growth figures. Management's tone shifted to a more future-oriented focus, with announcements of major product events and expansions in international markets. Analysts maintained consistent interest in new product rollouts and monetization strategies similar to Q3. The Robinhood Gold program showed accelerated growth, with a higher attach rate and a surge in new gold subscribers compared to Q3. Risks and concerns. Regulatory uncertainty, particularly in crypto and event contracts, remains a key challenge. Management is focused on navigating these complexities to expand offerings. Analysts raise concerns about competitive pressures and the scalability of products like the Gold credit card and Legend platform. Management stressed disciplined rollout strategies to mitigate risks. The potential impact of interest rate changes on net interest income and trading volumes was discussed, with management confident in the business's natural hedge against rate fluctuations. Final takeaway. Robinhood achieved record-breaking results in Q4 and full year 2024, driven by strong product innovation and market share gains. With ambitious plans for 2025, including global expansion and new product launches, the company remains focused on profitable growth while addressing regulatory and competitive challenges. Management's confidence in scaling initiatives like the Gold program and Legend points to continued momentum in the coming year.